There are secrets that seem so small, yet they completely change the way your body feels in the water. Just by correcting one movement, the water instantly feels lighter, and you glide farther. Hello everyone. Today I want to share something that most older adults have experienced. Trying very hard to swim, but the body just doesn't move forward. The legs get tired quickly, and sometimes there's even an uncomfortable cramp. I've met many swimmers over 60 at pools here in the US, and they often tell me the same thing. I kick really hard, but I still don't go anywhere. And when I show them one simple secret, that an effective kick doesn't start from the knee, but from the hip, they almost swim differently within just a few minutes. If you've ever experienced something similar, leave a number 1 in the comments so I know I'm not sharing this in vain. When we talk about swimming technique, especially for people over 60, the most important thing isn't strength, but understanding the natural movement of the body. Many older adults enter the water and instinctively kick hard with the lower leg to try to create propulsion, like they're treading water. But that very movement makes the water grab onto the legs even more, creating greater drag and making the body tire faster. The ironic thing is, the harder we try, the more the water pulls us back. And that's why kicking from the knee isn't effective. Bending the knee too much turns the leg into a bent paddle. When a paddle bends, the force doesn't push straight backward. It spreads out to the sides. At age 60 and beyond, when muscles are no longer as full or springy as they were in youth, even tiny losses in movement efficiency become significant. This not only slows us down, but also makes the calves cramp more easily, causes the hips to sink, and throws the whole body off balance. However, once we begin the movement from the hip, everything changes immediately. I often tell older swimmers, imagine your legs are long paddles that start at the hip joint. When the movement originates from the hip, the legs become naturally straighter, the kicks small but steady, helping the body stay more buoyant and move forward more easily. In fact, Olympic swimmers all use this movement. They don't kick from the knee. They let the hips lead, and the lower leg simply follows as the soft extension of a smooth, rotational motion. A study from Stanford University once showed that just reducing knee bend by 20% when swimming can increase speed by 15–20% without using any additional effort. It all comes down to reducing water resistance. That's why the principle of kicking from the hip isn't a small tip. It's actually the foundation of an efficient movement. When you apply this technique, the first thing you'll feel is lightness. Your body no longer fights the water. It flows with it. Your breathing becomes easier too, because your torso isn't being jolted up and down by overly strong kicks. But how do you feel it correctly? I usually start by helping older swimmers do a simple warm-up right at the pool edge. Just gently rotate the hips, sensing the hip joints moving smoothly. Then relax the ankles, letting the tension in the calves melt away. Once in the water, the simplest exercise is to hold onto the pool wall and try kicking with a very small range of motion. Just let the hips pulse softly and allow the movement to travel downward to the feet. No need to be strong, no need to be fast, just steady. Once you get used to it, you can hold a kickboard and start moving. At that moment, if you feel your body gliding more easily than before, that is the sign of correct technique. If your hips and the front of your thighs feel a bit tired, that's actually good. It means the movement is coming from the right place. But if your calves get tired, or if it feels like you're treading water, gently adjust again. As you move on to a full freestyle stroke, you will feel the arms, legs, and breathing fall into harmony naturally. When the legs stop kicking chaotically, the body becomes more balanced and the breath becomes more even. This is especially important for older adults because stable breathing is the key to swimming farther without running out of air or feeling dizzy. Of course, there will be times when we fall back into old habits. Knees bending too much, ankles tensing up, kicks becoming too strong. But whenever you notice it, don't blame yourself. See it as a gentle reminder that your body is simply relearning a natural movement. And the body, at any age, can learn as long as we stay patient. Throughout my journey teaching many swimmers over 60, I've noticed that when they truly understand the technique and feel it from within, their joy in swimming multiplies. The struggle disappears. What remains is peace. Like drifting through a calm afternoon, letting worries sink beneath the blue water. And if at this point you feel that kicking from the hip is truly the most important key, leave a comment saying, "Okay, so I know the core message of this video has reached the person who needs it." Every correct movement not only helps us swim better, but also helps us feel our bodies more clearly. Something age cannot take away if we learn to appreciate it. In swimming, just like in life, sometimes simply changing the starting point makes the entire journey ahead lighter, deeper, and more beautiful. When you shift from kicking with the knee to kicking with the hip, not only does the technique change, but your whole sense of your body changes too. The body feels lighter, the breath becomes more even, and moving through the water becomes a pleasant experience rather than a tiring effort. I hope that from today on, each time you step into the pool, you'll remember that beautiful movement always begins with right understanding, and that the body, at any age, can still become supple, flexible, and full of vitality if we give it the chance. If you found this video helpful and want to see more swimming guidance that is safe, gentle, and friendly for older adults, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any upcoming lessons.